Hey, this is Stephen Platinum, your friend in wrestling with Platinum. Jeez, you'd think I would get used to this by now. Let's try again. But I'm not going to cut the first part of the audio out, because that's not what I do. Hey, this is Stephen Platinum, your friend in wrestling, with what's worth watching in wrestling this week. This is for the week of, I don't know, last one. This is off to a flying stop. What is the date today? I don't even know. It's the 24th, which means 23rd, do some math. So May 16th through May 22nd. Let's call up my notes and get going. Of course, you know, oh, is it still recording? Well, I guess we're going to find out. It's really cool if it is. Alright, we got Aew Dark Elevation. The things worth watching. Brody King in a solo match, definitely worth watching, taking on Alex Reynolds, which gives us an indication of two things. They are attempting to keep this House of Black thing going strong, even though it's been a little lackluster. And the Dark Order simply do not matter anymore. They simply don't. It's interesting to see that put right in your face here on Dark Elevation. Other things going on. I thought the Yuka Sakazaki and Anna Jay match against Emi Sakura and Nyla Rose was worth watching because we saw something that we haven't really seen before, and that is a true upset. I mean, Dark Elevation and Dark are usually rife with foregone conclusion matches, and this seemed to be another one. But the fact that Anna Jay actually got the win over Nyla Rose, those teams, is really, really shocking. And then finally, the Ring of Honor Women's Champion Mercedes Martinez took on Tricia Dora in easily the best match on that show, and honestly, one of the 5 best matches of any of the shows. So that's also really noteworthy, and it's cool that the Ring of Honor stuff is getting the push on Dark and Dark Elevation. Some people might not like that, but man, do they have a lot of content to put out. And a lot of people to do it, so it's great that it's getting the nod here. Raw, the only thing worth watching. This was, of course, in lieu of Sasha Banks and Naomi walking out and them having to change the main event. And really, that main event of Asuka against Becky Lynch was the only thing worth watching. But it really was worth watching. Boy, it's good. And it shows how when you have two people who are used to working together, and they have to kind of do wrestling stuff on the fly as opposed to sports entertainment stuff, that can actually work very effectively. Now we go to Tuesday, AEW Dark. What's worth watching? There are a few things. Bear Country against the Workhorsemen of J.D. Drake and Anthony Henry. J.D. Drake and Anthony Henry, of a few appearances that they've made in AEW, I thought this was the best one to date. I thought it was very, very good. And Amber Nova is always great, and her take on the Sky Blue finisher, which is like full Nelson into a flatliner, is one of the best takes and one of the best bumps that I have seen on a move like that. It was really phenomenal. I mean, she just went limp and took that thing well. Amber Nova needs to be signed, folks. I'm just going to say it again. Then we move over to Tuesday night, and we have NXT. There is nothing that needs to be watched. And again, my definition is, would I recommend a match or a segment to a friend of mine, either for good reasons or sometimes so bad that it needs to be seen for educational purposes? And NXT really had nothing that was that noteworthy happen, in my opinion. And of course, it is my opinion, so don't get too hurt, right? AEW Dynamite on Wednesday. Adam Page against Konosuke Takashita. Definitely a must-see. Just a really great match. I know people like to say, oh, Adam Page's reign has been, to me, really phenomenal. Britt Baker against Makaito, especially because Makaito's in-ring has improved to catch up to that incredible character work. And it was the first good match Britt Baker has had in quite some time, honestly. The Wardlow taking the 10 lashes from MJF was a perfectly done segment to further build up that feud. I thought every take that they did on that was right on the money. And then Kyle O'Reilly and Ray Phoenix for my wrestling people who love just a good wrestling match with conflicting styles that just mesh well and work well. Just really worked for me. On Impact Wrestling, Speedball Mike Bailey versus Laredo Kid might have been the best match out of any of the shows this week. It was that great. The rest of Impact, very forgettable, as it honestly tends to be. New Japan Pro Wrestling, after me finally putting it over last week as a must-see show, this week, less so. And again, my definition is would I recommend the matches to anybody? And the honest truth is, not really. It was perfectly serviceably good, but that doesn't make the cut in what's worth watching in wrestling this week. So it doesn't make the cut. Smackdown, now we're into Friday night. Smackdown, the Reigns, Uso, Heyman segment, the win or don't come back segment from Reigns to the Usos was definitely worth checking out. And then RK Bro against the Usos was a phenomenal match to unify the tag titles. Really, really good stuff there on SmackDown. On Rampage, Moxley and Danielson against Dante Martin and Matt Sydal was a good match and set up some stuff afterwards. Other than that, Rampage, pretty forgettable beyond that match. In any case, there it is. That's your wrestling, what's worth watching in wrestling this week for May 17th through 22nd. I'm probably getting those dates wrong, but you get it, Monday through the following Sunday. Now, we're going to have some pay-per-views this weekend, so we're going to have some additional things going on and additional things to talk about, hopefully. In any case, this is Stephen Platinum, your friend in wrestling.